Hey YouTube, I'm the Honorable Judge, and this is the courtroom. We've got some headlines for you today, starting off with Michael Sam. What is his impact going to bring to NFL? Second, we got the Olympics and how they're shaping up so far. Third, we got NBA All-Star Weekend. We got some exciting stuff to talk about from that. And then finally, we got the punk Johnny Manziel. Now we're going to start with Michael Sam. Fair Bailiff, would you have anything to talk about?
Why, Mr. Judge, yes, I do have something to say about that.
Where'd you come from?
I was here the whole time.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was. But yeah, go back to Michael Sam. I actually do have a lot to say about that. I'm pretty sure you do too. I think it's great that he's doing this. It's really powerful for the whole entire LGBT community, and it's a good step because I think this generation of fans are ready for a gay player in the NFL.
I think it's about time.
I think it is too. I mean, there have been gay players before, but none of them openly gay while playing football. They all waited till after because I guess they were kind
Afraid.
Oh yeah, of course, afraid. There were times where if anybody was known to be gay, they wouldn't even be allowed to go eat with the team. Just like when there was segregation between blacks and whites. It's just
it's terrible.
It's senseless.
Terrible what it's doing, but
yeah.
I mean, he's brave, and I hope he gets through it.
Not just brave, but this guy is an excellent football player. He was the SEC Defender of the Year. He helped lead his team to a 12-2 record and a Cotton Bowl victory.
And you know what? His teammates didn't have anything to say about it, and they did just fine, and they were successful.
Not only did they not say anything about it, he confided in them a couple years before he came out to us or his parents.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a lot of strength doing this.
Those are real teammates too. You got to say something about those guys to keep it secret and hold it like that for him. And if there are people in the NFL like Jonathan Vilma who said he would have a problem with being on the same team as Michael Sam.
Vilma, I got some advice for you. If he's drafted for your team, just be thankful, and if you're that freaked out about it, go home and shower.
Retire.
Or go home and shower. I mean, come on.
Exactly. I mean, what do you think he's going to be doing? You think he's really going to be looking at your junk, Jonathan Vilma? I'm not going to lie. I was watching a show the other day, and I saw Wanda Sykes, and she said the exact same thing that I'm about to say. Do you really think he's that into you? Because I don't. I really don't think he's going to go for any of the guys, especially Jonathan Vilma.
Especially Jonathan
Vilma. Looks like I'm not even going to say what he looks like.
We're not going to touch on that subject.
That's what teams are about, though. Teams are about putting aside the differences.
It's about brotherhood.
It's about brotherhood. Putting aside your differences and combining for a total goal, which is, in the NFL, winning championships.
It's winning Super Bowl. Get that trophy. Does it really matter what the people on your team do outside of the team?
Not really. And another thing I have to say is, what if he does get into the NFL and something does come up?
If something comes up, that person should just drop it. I mean, no, just leave. Go. Just say it. Write a letter.
I think it's beyond just if the player does something. I think if a player has a problem, it shouldn't just be the player who acts. I think the team should have to act, and I think the NFL and Players Association should have to act as a whole because, honestly, the NFL, all it really is an employer. They're just an employer that give their employees very superfluous
perks.
Yeah.
And salaries.
Yeah, just give them
big salaries.
Give them bucks and
a lot of money.
So I think they should have to control that too because it is just an employer.
It is.
And if any of us did that at our jobs, you would get talked to and you might get fired for being stupid.
It's not being smart. Vilma, please change your views or just keep quiet about it. Yeah. And if he goes to your team, be thankful because he's a great player.
He really is. He's right now currently ranked in the next draft as the 12th highest defensive end, and for outside linebackers, he's the 7th best in the draft. He's projected to go probably within the first 3 rounds, and I wouldn't be surprised if he actually climbed up in draft stock after this Sunday when he announced to be openly gay.
And what is this going to do for other gay players that are already existing in Major League Baseball and hockey and basketball?
I think they're all gonna talk out and they're all gonna be strong about themselves. And I also think, I don't know if anybody's ever touched on this one, but I think a lot of this might have had to do with the former Minnesota Vikings punter Chris Kluwe, who actually went to Los Al, where we went. He has always been very public about especially about the
Gay rights.
Gay rights, exactly. He's been, especially Minnesota had like a bill or something against gay rights, and he was very public about it, so much that his GM and coach told him to stop.
Yeah, if he's coming out in the public and saying to his kicker, saying, "Hey, don't go talk about gay people like that," like, what does that say? We for sure know Michael Sam's not going to be on the Vikings. That's what that says.
Yeah, he's not going to the Vikings organization.
No, because they're hurt people already on their team saying, "Hey, don't go to the press with this. We don't want to be involved because we don't like it."
Exactly. I mean, it's just wrong.
Frustrating.
It gets on my nerves. But hopefully he goes in the high third rounds, if not earlier than that.
Yeah, hopefully the second round. I'd like to see him go in the second.
That'd be great. That'd be really great, and I hope he goes to a good team and does great in the NFL. So let's move on to number 2. We have the Olympics.
Oh, right now, currently, U.S. and Russia are tied for second.
In the medal count.
Yes, with 16,
Yeah.
I believe.
Netherlands is in first with 17. Norway and Canada are tied with 14, and that is stats from this morning.
Yes,
From this morning.
They could have changed.
That's what happened. But yeah, we want to talk about the hockey game that happened. I think it was last night or the night before.
That was exciting. It was fun to watch.
With Russia, it came down to
shootout. A shootout.
In Russia, with Putin sitting up in the top, like,
Oh no! Oh no!
oh no,
Oh no!
that's what he was doing because he was so afraid of losing. This is the one that he wanted.
Yeah, he was almost more afraid when he heard Michael Sam was coming.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. But that was a big win for the U.S., who came into this Olympics as probably the 3rd or 4th best team.
And now they're looking strong going into medal rounds.
They definitely weren't a favorite, but they put a beating on Slovakia, 7-1.
Oh my, 7-1 with 6 in the second period. 6 in one period.
Good God, in one period. Okay, but then they come out tonight after that big shocker against Russia, and they beat Slovenia 4-1.
4-1. Solid victory. They're looking strong.
Really good goalkeeping. But yeah, now they have a bye going into the medal round.
Oh, that's always exciting.
Yeah,
I mean, it's good to see.
Yeah, it's especially when they came in so low. But I personally think this is going to be the gold medal matchup. It's either going to be Canada versus the United States if they keep playing their hockey,
Their puck.
If they keep playing their game and they don't let it get to them, that they're actually doing really good.
But Russia did come to a shootout, and they could change some things in some practice and come back.
So I either think it's going to be Canada versus U.S. or Russia. If it's Russia, I think Canada wins. If it's Canada versus U.S., I think the U.S. will win. Because just getting to the gold medal round
they're on a heater.
Exactly. It means that they're on a roll. Somebody need to butter them up because they are on a hot roll. That's exactly what it would be like. All right.
Not very funny.
The third one, NBA All-Star Weekend. Started on Friday with the celebrity game in which
you see Arnie
Duncan. The dude's like, pass the ball behind my back. Obama, where you at? Obama, where you at? The guy, he is off the hook. I've seen him play in the celebrity game for the past few years.
God.
That guy's awesome. I think the Lakers might need to.
The Lakers gonna use.
They might need to get him in some purple and gold. They might need to pay him some more money than the White House does.
Yeah.
But yeah, Arnie Duncan was off the hook. Kevin Hart won the MVP, declined it to the real star.
The real star with
Arnie Duncan.
The pass of the decade for the game.
Also, there was the Rising Stars game, in which it's one of the 5 things that hometown boy Lillard. Hometown boy Lillard. Damian Lillard's in that. He was in Rising Stars Challenge.
3 points.
3-pointer, the dunk contest, the skills contest, and
All-Star game.
in the All-Star game. The guy was, that's exciting. But yeah, he was in that. He was on that one. It was Team Hill versus Team Weber. I think Team Hill pulled it out. What was the score? Let's see real quick.
142 to 136.
142-136, and the MVP went to Andre Drummond with 16 points and 10 rebounds.
Nice double-double.
That's cool. Double-double. It's worthy. worthy.
It's worthy.
And then, last night we had the 3-point contest, which I was watching it, and Lillard had 18.
So close.
And then Bellinelli comes up there very next, and I'm like, dude, on the first 2 racks he had 2 air balls, and then he missed the rim completely straight away.
6 in a row.
But then in the last second he beat it 19-18, and he went on to actually win the whole thing
with 3 air balls. 3. Only player to have airballed 3 times and still win the 3-point contest.
That was crazy. But yeah, for the skills contest, it was Damian Lillard and Trey Burke who ended up beating Michael Carter Williams and Victor Oladipo
by 1/10 of a second. Well, it came down to the wire.
That's always fun to watch.
Always fun.
It's always a fun one to watch, but they made it come down to the very last little thing. Just the layup. Oh, get in. It was really cool. And also, what else was there? Team Bosch won the Shooting Stars Challenge.
Bosch.
That's cool. Okay. He had Tim Hardaway.
Oh, he's Tim Hardaway. That's why. There you go. There's the automatic winners.
Yeah. So that's what's been up with All-Star Weekend, which is always fun.
And tonight there is the All-Star Game.
Oh, yeah.
I think the East is going to come out on top on that one.
No, they did. It's
they did?
It's over.
It's officially in.
It's over. By the time this video is uploaded, it will have already been over. The East won 163
to 155.
To 155. The day that no defense was ever played.
Well, isn't that every day?
This is what they did. They said, "Here, pass it. Okay, I'm going to shoot it," and the defense just waits on the other side.
They're like, "Here, inbound it.
Inbound it for us. Inbound it for us. Just throw it 92 feet. We'll do something about it. We'll just stay on this side of the court. We don't want to play basketball." They looked like Shaq at the first half of the season.
Oh, God.
Well, they didn't play any defense. But yeah, Kevin Durant and Blake Griffin. Good old Blake Griffin. Got 38 points apiece. Kobe did not play.
And Damian Lillard, our man, who was in 4 other events.
Played 9 minutes, scored 9 points. And, Kyrie Irving won the MVP. The guy had 31 points and 14 assists. So that's pretty cool.
14 assists.
So here, LeBron. Here, LeBron.
Here, LeBron.
Here, LeBron.
Here, LeBron.
Here, LeBron. That's what he said. And LeBron went, okay. Okay. And then Kyrie went, "Can I get the ball back every once in a while?" And LeBron went, No.
No.
But yeah, so that's what happened with All-Star Weekend. It was pretty cool.
It was fun.
Cool. I like watching that every year. I try to.
Yeah, I try to.
Yeah, it's not like the Pro Bowl.
It's not like it means something.
It's not the MLB All-Star Game.
MLB All-Star Game, which decides where you're going to play first in the World Series.
All right, so now let's hit our last topic in the headlines.
Johnny Manziel.
Johnny Manziel.
Do we even have to talk about
this guy? I don't like him.
Nobody likes him.
I don't really like this guy.
Texas doesn't even want him.
Actually, I think Texas likes him because they like that he's a show-off. I don't really care for the guy.
No,
I wish he was more of a class act.
No, he's kind of a jerk.
He's a jerk.
He's a jerk.
He thinks he thinks he's really good, but he's obviously not that good if his agent has advised him to not go to the combine.
Yeah.
So because he will be playing with wide receivers he's unfamiliar with.
Isn't that going to be your new teammates?
Isn't that going to be your entire rookie season?
Yeah.
How are you even going to get a starting job?
It's like we don't want to show him what you look like as a rookie because you suck.
Exactly. I wouldn't be surprised if the Texans traded their pick to the Vikings, and the Vikings can just pick Johnny Manziel.
So they can stop from making a mistake.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh, man.
That's really what it is. It's going to be a mistake.
I just don't think that any team in their right mind would pick Johnny Manziel and then have him as a starter and leader of a team, because he is too self-centered.
He's got to be like
Aaron Rodgers. With all the things he does off the field. I mean, do you really want a guy like that on your team?
No, he's a good guy to have. I'm not bashing on Aaron Rodgers, but have him right there behind a guy, for a couple of years. Maybe it's not as long as Brett. We thought Brett Favre was going to stay around, but
and when I say stuff he does off the field, I literally mean how he carries himself.
Yeah.
How he carries himself, how he presents himself. Because if you want to care about things that are done off the field, then would it be okay for people to think about Michael Sam, what he does off the field, as they think about Johnny Manziel, what he does off the field. I think it's completely different. Michael Sam carries himself as an adult man who is mature and responsible for an entire football team.
To be gay.
Exactly. Where Johnny Manziel chooses to act like he's a sophomore in high school and a little punk, just a punk kid. And I really, if he had a better attitude, I would feel completely different about him.
You know what? I feel like the best fit is Denver because if you have someone that is mature, like Peyton Manning, and has a lot of years under his belt and is very good with the public, he's going to teach Johnny some things, and maybe he won't come off as such a brat when it's his time to start in Denver.
But my thing is, do you think Johnny Manziel and his ego, the size of the state that he's coming from, is going to be able to not be a starter once he goes into the...
I think he's going to want to be, and I think he's going to cry until he gets it, but I think
I don't think he's ready.
I don't think he's ready either. No. I think, really, he should have stayed at least one more year at Texas A&M.
And he's going to get crushed. He really is going to get crushed.
He's probably going to get hurt.
A lot.
People are going to come gunning for him like almost as bad as Clay Matthews gunning for Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah, so unless Manziel sits out a couple years as a backup quarterback, he's going downhill is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Some teams might just want him because he's really confident, but is that confidence...
Is it enough?
Is it good confidence? I feel like it's confidence that would make everybody else on the team kind of be like,
hey, what a
dude. Yeah, exactly. Dude, I don't even like you. Like, you're not really confident funny. You're like...
confident, like...
a jerk.
Like, you got a big old ego.
Yeah, exactly. It's ridiculous. So...
well, that's all we have to talk about today.
All right, so I guess court is adjourned for right now on the headlines.
Well, peace.
Yes, I actually do have something to say. Come on, dude. I just want to make my voice. It's tough.